Hello, 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 y'all. Welcome to Homestead Believer. My name is Cherie, and today I wanted to make some cheese crackers with some sourdough discard with you. This is not active sourdough starter, which means it has not recently been fed. It's basically discard that you would discard before you feed your sourdough. So I'm going to pull the camera down so y'all can see what I'm doing here. You'll see my little pan in the way here. What I have here is 300 grams of sourdough starter. And to that, I am going to add 3 tablespoons of melted butter. For each 100 grams of sourdough starter, you add 1 tablespoon of butter. So because I have 300, I'm doing 3 tablespoons. So I'm going to mix that in. Well, I'm pouring it in. And then I'm going to clear this out. And to that, I'm going to add 90 grams of cheese. You should pre-shred your own cheese. Our cheese is currently, our blocks of cheese were currently just smoked. So we don't have unshredded cheese right now, unless it's smoked, and I don't want smoked crackers. So I'm going to add 90 grams. This is just a cheddar cheese, a sharp cheddar cheese. And you really should grate your own cheese, but I didn't. And if I don't have enough of this, I have another mix here. Another cheese that I'll add to it. I'm just adding 90 grams. Looks like I'm pretty darn close here. Oh, look at that. It was right on the money. 90 grams. 90 grams left in that bag. That's pretty cool. Now, I have salted butter. You're supposed to use unsalted butter. So because I have salted butter, I'm actually going to add a smidge extra butter because we like our crackers a little bit saltier. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just to give it a little oomph, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir this up. Get it all mixed in real good. Like I said, and this is really simple. It's literally starter, butter, salt, and cheese. That's all it is. That is all it is. And it's very gooey. As you can see, it's very gooey. But that's good for me. Just mixing all the butter and everything in here. So let me move my starter out of the way here. I've been just putting my discard in a jar in the refrigerator, and then I brought it up to room temp so that I could do this. So I have a cookie sheet with edges, which we call jelly roll pans. I don't know what else. I don't know what people call them. So I'm trying to make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put this mixture in here, and I'm going to try to spread it out as thin as I possibly can. I do have my rubber scraper to do that. I'm just going to try to spread it out as thin as I possibly can. I'm sorry if the bowl's in your way, guys. It's just kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do what I got to do and not block the camera. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm going to spread this out with my rubber spatula as thin as I can possibly get it. This is very gooey and sticky. Okay? I'm just going to try to spread it as thin as I possibly can. And the reason I want to spread it as thin as I possibly can is because the thicker it is, the longer it takes for your crackers to bake. And you really don't want like thick gummy crackers either. So don't forget that. That's another aspect of it. But I think this is a good way to use starter that's not active, is by making crackers. And I did crumple my parchment paper. I always crumple my parchment paper before I put it down. I think it sits better in my pans when I do that. We're not looking for perfection here. We're just making crackers for us. But I'm trying to get it as thin as I can. And it looks like I got it pretty good. Pretty good. I'm trying not to have a thick center, because that's basically what ends up happening is you got a thick center and thin edges. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm trying to make it as even as possible as well. Woo! The stuff is gooey, y'all. It's super duper gooey. It feels like I got a little thick over here, so, and it's thin over here. Let me scrape in the corner here where it feels thin. Feels real thin over in this corner. Try to spread this out a little bit. Okay. There you have it. I'm going to put a little additional salt on the top there. You don't have to do this, but like I said, we like our crackers a little salted. So I'm going to put this in the oven for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to bring it out of the oven, use my pizza cutter to score it into crackers. You can put the little holes in your crackers. I don't really think it's necessary, but I'm going to put it in a preheated 350-degree oven for 10 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to slide this out of the pan for a second. Set that aside. And I'm going to do my best to make these kind of equal sized, kind of small crackers, but I'm just going to eyeball it. My lines aren't going to be straight. I am not good at cutting cakes and brownies. So I'm just going to do the best I can with my pizza cutter to cut these into semi-even squares here. And it's all sticking together, but that's what it's supposed to do. So it's not a problem. Let me turn this. I usually do better if I try to go down the middle first, which I probably won't even hit the middle. Like I said, these are just for us. They're not for show. So it doesn't matter to me if they're all even or not. These are a little big here. So I'm just cutting them into the best kind of squares I possibly can. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's see if we can make circles here. Sort of. We're sort of making circles in the middle. We're kind of mimicking, you know, the infamous cheese crackers, if you know what I mean. All right, hang on. Okay, so I attempted to put holes in the center. It's not that perfect, and I do notice that I have some spots that are thinner than others, but we're going to put this back into our pan, and now we're going to put it back into the oven for approximately 30 minutes or until they're crispy. What I will say is if you notice that some are crispy and some are not, take the crispy ones off and continue to bake the thicker ones, because this is really hard to get even because this dough is really sticky. I'm still kind of fixing my holes here. So we'll be back. Okay, I had these in for about 35 minutes. As you can probably see, they did kind of separate themselves. You know, it's hard to see. They kind of did separate themselves. I probably had them a little thick. So let me move this out of the way. If my center crackers aren't crispy, I'm probably going to put them back in. Actually, they all feel kind of, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm going to try it and see. Okay. They're still a little gummy. So, 35 minutes. I have them a little thick. So, I'm going to put them back in for another 5 or so minutes. And I will let you know how long it took, because I do have these a little thick. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, I put these in for an additional 5 minutes, and they actually feel pretty good to me. I'm going to take them out of the pan. They are separating on their own, if you can see. They are separating on their own. They're a little soft, but it feels like it's the cheese, not the cracker. And they are crispy. They are crispy. So, there you have it, y'all. Sourdough crackers. Sourdough cheese crackers. Just a few simple ingredients. Just a few simple ingredients. Sourdough crackers. How cool is that? And they will crispen up as they cool. They're really hot right now. But they taste delicious. I know I'm eating on camera. I'm sorry. And I'm talking with my mouth full. But they're delicious. They're delicious. There you go, guys. Sourdough cheese crackers with your sourdough discard. I'm sorry, y'all. They're delicious. I hope you give this a try. I hope I've inspired you. It's amazing. And they are breaking up on their own. They are just breaking up on their own from the scoring that we did. Now, I just want to tell y'all, see, these thinner ones are super crispy and crunchy. And if I'm not happy with the thicker ones, I'll just pop them back in the oven for a couple minutes. But they seem to be crispening up as they cool. You can make the exact same cracker without cheese. The exact same cracker without cheese. Same recipe, omit the cheese, and you'll have regular crackers. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. And don't forget, this sourdough starter has its own fermentation benefits. Any fermented foods that I'm just breaking them up as I talk to you. Any fermented food has its benefits. It has its health benefits, its digestive benefits. Look at this, guys. We have a crazy awesome bunch. I don't even think I'm going to have to put these back in. Look at that. They're crispy, and they're only going to get crispier as they cool, so I'm not even worried. I have a couple of little thicker ones, but we'll just make sure we eat these first. And we don't have to worry about these going stale because, remember, guys, we know how to dry can. We know how to dry can. We can put these in our jars and use our oxygen absorbers or our vacuum sealer. And that will preserve them so they don't get stale. My hands are greasy, y'all. I hope I've inspired you. This is just crazy cool that we now have sourdough discard cheese crackers. And you can do the same recipe, just omit the cheese if you want regular crackers. And if you want regular crackers, you can put whatever you want on top. You can sprinkle Parmesan cheese on top. You can make garlic crackers. You can make everything bagel crackers. The opportunity is endless. And I like that Kinder Seasonings because Kinder Seasonings has so many different things, salt, pepper, garlic. They have the caramelized onion. They have the chicken and Parmesan, which to me, I thought of like that chicken in a basket cracker. It's endless. Endless. You don't have to add the cheese. You can just put seasoning on top. But we wanted cheese crackers. So I hope I've inspired you. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for being part of Homestead Believer. I wish y'all peace, blessings, and love. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, I hope y'all have a very, very blessed day.